welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Louisa. This is my lockdown no makeup look. It's a really quick and simple look. It requires very minimal products. And one of the main reasons why I'm wanting to share it is because there is one hero product in particular that I have been super impressed with. I had no idea it existed until Christmas time when it was gifted to me by my mum. And yeah, I've been using it almost every day since then. It's just on its last drips. So I wanted to film this now whilst I still had a little bit left. I am really into kind of very brightening, dewy looks. I'm not somebody that wears like super heavy makeup. So actually this look that I'm going to do today is very similar to some days when I'm kind of commuting up to London to the office as well. As I said, it's very quick, it's very simple. It's probably going to take a little bit longer today because I'm going to talk through some of the products that I'm using, but mostly this can be done definitely in under 10 minutes, probably not even 10, probably like 5. As you can see, I'm quite pale skinned with some kind of like pinky tones. I have pretty good skin, but it's not perfect. I've definitely got blemishes, etc. And I have noticed as I've got older, I'm not that old, but as I've got older, my skin is definitely not looking as bright and brilliant as I felt it was, say, even like 3 years ago. So yeah, it definitely needs an extra little bit of help here and there. So my face is clean, but I've not got anything on it at the moment, so I've not even got moisturisers. First of all, I am going to put kind of my eye treatment on. I usually prefer an eye cream. I have used for many years the Quarterly, I think it's like eye cream caviar or something like that. I'll link it below, but it is quite expensive. It's about 50, or probably the last time I bought it was about 50, 55 pounds. And I think you got 15 millilitres. I mean, 15 millilitres doesn't sound like a lot, but you are really meant to use a little bit, so it does go a long way. I have loved that product, but I don't always have, £50 to spare to buy on eye cream. And so I think that's why I bought this from The Ordinary. So it is a caffeine solution. It's really for kind of puffy eyes, which is why I kind of think it's not the right product for me, because I don't actually particularly have puffy eyes. I think it kind of looks like I do right now, but I genuinely don't. So it's a bit of a wasted product. I don't know if it works. No idea. It definitely makes them feel quite fresh because it's a cool gel. So I really like the sensation of that. But in terms of the actual product, it's not really probably for me long term, but it was really affordable. I think their products usually range from kind of like £5 to £10. So it's super affordable. And I kind of bought it just on the off chance, and I just want to use it all. Kind of one of these like pipette things. So that's probably enough actually. So I'm just going to drop a little bit here. And then I tend to use my like middle finger there just to take it round. It's really cooling. It feels super nice. Be careful on getting it in your tear duct. I've done that a few times when I take it around like that and it stings. I assume that's like the caffeine. But for me, it doesn't really feel like it's doing much else other than feeling kind of nice. I don't particularly feel like it's saving my wrinkles or anything like that. So I'm very keen to finish this so that I can buy something else that's probably better suited to my under eye area. And then I put on my moisturiser. So I actually really love, and have been using for quite a while now, the Pixi Rose Ceramide Cream. I really, really like this. If you like a really dewy look, then this is brilliant. I don't like creams that really sink into your skin and kind of disappear. I kind of find them quite drying when I'm putting makeup and other products on top. So for me, this is great. Some people might feel like it's too greasy for them, but I absolutely adore it. But it's on its last legs. It's not really got anything left. So I purchased at the supermarket the other day because we are in lockdown. I haven't done like an online shop for beauty products, so I just kind of bought what I could when I could. So I've bought this Nip and Fab Renew Day Cream, and it's actually a retinol fix restorative day cream. I do use a little bit of retinol. It wasn't really why I bought it. I actually don't mind this one. I bought it because I use, again, I'll link what I use down below, but I use their night cream, which I think has some retinol in it as well, and I love it. I love my skin the next morning. I love the smell of it. I love the texture of the cream. It's brilliant. I actually really like heavier creams even in the daytime. So if I could get away with using it during the day, I would. I absolutely love it. So that's why I kind of trusted to buy this as well. I don't dislike this. I definitely don't love it the way I love my Pixie one. But the smell is a little bit odd. I don't know if anybody has used this before, but this is kind of, it reminds me of furniture polish, like the smell of it. So I'm not a huge fan of having the smell of furniture polish on my face, and it does really linger. So that's something I'm not loving, but it's what I'm using right now. So I've also not really nailed the perfect amount, so I think that's probably still too much. But putting it on, but yeah, so just in that, take it up the neck. I try to do upward motions, but I'm not always great at it. And then I like to leave it like 30 seconds to a minute just to kind of settle into the skin. And then I move on to the next product. So this product, which is the one that has really inspired me to do this video. So it's Trini London's BFF cream. I did not know this existed. It's a 30ml tube. I think you buy it like based on kind of what your skin tone is. And this blends to your skin tone, but it actually gives me a bit of a colour, so I don't know exactly how that works. But it says it's BFF Skin Perfecting Cream, mimics your skin tone when worn alone to instantly hydrate, boost radiance, and wake up tired skin. It's also perfect for layering over or under our Just a Touch foundation for added luminosity and makes light work of dark circles. I love this. I have actually tried it underneath a foundation, not theirs. I've not tried their foundation. I sometimes don't see the point of that because I always think that your foundation ends up covering it up. So I'm not too sure about that. But as a standalone product, honestly, I'm in love. And it's got SPF 30 and this is medium that I'm using. It's on its last legs. It's literally the last zhuzhes of it. So I'm hoping there actually is some to do this today. But, oh, it's risky. I might have to get it open. Well, this is unfortunate. I knew I shouldn't have used it yesterday. I usually use like 2 pumps, and as I said, I hadn't used it before. I'd never even heard of it. I've never used any of Trini's makeup, but my mum bought it for me. I've used this almost every day since Christmas, I would say. Not every day, but almost every day. So the fact that it's only 30 mils and we are in April and I'm just now finishing up with it is incredible, I think. I'm going to give up. But yeah, so I usually use two blotches. That's actually probably less than I would typically use, but not really getting the full effect here, guys, I feel like. It just gives a really nice colour instantly. Like, it's as soon as it touches the skin, it's like one of those things that like warms up when it hits your skin. It also kind of, I would say, like, it makes you feel quite radiant and glowy, but also it really helps kind of even your skin tone. So I have areas that are a bit more pink than others, got blemishes, etc. I would still need to use a concealer, which I am planning to use, but it is just fantastic. I'm just really, really impressed. It instantly makes me look a million times better, which is what you really want from a product. Oh, I've just got some extra out. Oh, thank God. This is so not how I imagined this going. You only need to use a little bit, but I would say it's quite annoying that I have now just run out literally whilst doing this. Do you know what? I'm going to use scissors. This is like hack central over here. Wait 2 seconds. I'm going to get a pair of scissors and cut the tube open. Yes. Haha. Jackpot. So there we go. That's what I want from life. So yeah, so I'm just going to actually do this again. So that's way better. So I'm just checking down here as well. And then I also like just to take, I usually just take, like, if I have a little bit on my hand still, I usually just wipe it down my thing thing. Downward motion's not great, I realise, but it's more just because I just don't want to waste the product, but also just kind of handy. I'm so pale, so I just like to take it down a little bit so my face isn't too different from the rest of my body. So I don't know if you can see, but it's just given this really nice luminous shade. It's definitely warmed my skin as well. And I already just feel instantly like some of the areas that are not as even skin toned just already look way better. But yeah, as I said, it doesn't cover blemishes or everything, so you do still need to use concealer. So that's my little hero product. I feel like I haven't probably done it justice based on Cheapgate over here, but hey ho. Yeah. So I feel instantly better. So then I move on to concealer. So I use NARS Radiant, I don't know if you can see that, Radiant Creamy Concealer. And I use this in, it's light 2.5 Creme Brulee. I have, again, only just recently discovered this. I tried this and I was so impressed. It's got way more coverage than whatever concealer I was using before. I can't even remember what I was using before, but I've never used this one. It's got way more coverage, but again, it's really kind of bright and dewy. It's not cakey at all, considering the amount of coverage it gives. And sometimes, again, I feel like with this alone, you don't always need to use foundation, which is just what I love, because I've never been somebody that wears really super heavy makeup anyway, but I just really like my skin being able to breathe and things looking natural. So in terms of what I do with that, so I usually put some around here and also around there, just so you can see that. And then I do a little bit on, is it called your Cupid's bow? That bit there. And then also I like to do it around the bottom bit of my lip. And then this bit in the middle here, I think it's like what you see everybody do, right? It's where I have blemishes sometimes, and it's just not as, it just doesn't look as even as the rest of it. I actually have a blemish down here. So I'm just gonna put that there. And I also have one over here. So I'm just gonna put that there. You're not meant to put directly on blemishes, are you? But I do, so hey ho. And then finally, I sometimes do take it underneath the eye as well. I've not been doing that during the day at home just because I just don't feel like it's necessary. But also, I do worry, even with this, that I don't want to get really dry under eye and where it's like too heavy and actually end up with more lines. It's like a complete fear I have. And then, but I do put a little bit just here. I've got quite blue tinges here. So sometimes I just carry that down a little bit so it kind of does still brighten there, or I carry this up to brighten. If I was going out of an evening, I might actually put a little bit underneath there as well. So yeah, so then I just literally, just going to do it here and here actually. Literally just, and again, it just blends out really nicely. I only use my finger again. Obviously make sure you've got clean hands. Just gonna, yeah, so I just all instantly feel so much better. I might put just a little dot on my nose just to, I'm actually going to wipe off most of the product there, and then just so I just feel like there's still a slight reddish tone that I just want to get rid of there. So I didn't put too much on there because I don't want to cover up any of like the glow that I've got from the Trini London stuff. So that's kind of like my base. And then I would go in with bronzer. So I don't contour, but I've been using my bronzer a little bit as contour. Probably not the right thing to do, guys. But I'm using the NARS Laguna. This is broken. I was using the mirror. I use this brush usually. It's quite chunky to do it, but because I want to just kind of take it more in there a little bit, probably not the right thing to do. I'm going to try this one instead, actually. But yeah, literally, oh, I forgot about that. Blending that out there. So then it comes out quite dark, like, whoa! yeah, it comes out quite heavy. So you just need to like, I might actually just use this just to blend out. This is the official like face you pull when doing that. I like to sometimes take it on the ear as well, just because. Yeah. And then I'm going to take this again, just blow it off, and just around the tops there. So where kind of you'd get some natural colour. And I just feel like this just like kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? It kind of brings to life even more the base product that I've put on. But yeah, I like to do that before I do the next thing. So my eyebrows probably desperately need to be done, as I'm sure lots of people are feeling. I usually get them threaded. I definitely need to do a bit of more of a pluck of them soon. I really want like a brush or something for my eyebrows, but I don't have one at the moment. So I actually just use quite frequently just Vaseline, just to tidy them up a little bit and keep them in place. So I literally just rub my finger in, and then I kind of rub two fingers together, and then I literally just take it over. It just kind of defines them a little bit more. I think probably because it makes it look a bit darker when I initially first do it. But it also just kind of tames them a little bit, kind of keeps them in place. But I don't do that until after I've done my bronzer and stuff, because the brush sometimes goes across my eyebrows, so I don't really want it to. And then I like to put you could use the Vaseline again. So really, like, I'm using multiple products here that you don't really need to do, but I just have them. I then like to put something on my lips, because I get really dry lips, and so I'm really trying to combat that. So I tend to use this. So it's Nivea, just like a Nivea regular like moisturising stick. Now, on a day like today, where obviously we're at home, I could just keep it like this, or I use this to kind of sink in whilst I finish up some other bits and pieces, and then I'll add like a lipstick, and it gives a nice little gloss to the lipstick, but also you kind of can dull the tone of the lipstick down a little bit to make it a bit more natural again. So yeah, so I do that. And then I move on to mascara. So I don't use eyeshadow or anything. When I'm at home like this, I'm using the Dior Show, like the original OG Dior Show Backstage mascara in black. I use this all the time. I've used it for many years. I think it retails between like 25 to 28 pounds. So some people would be like totally like, oh dear God, no. But it's well worth it. It lasts at least 3 months. I use it every day. It can probably last longer than 3 months. It's just maybe not as brilliant at that very end point. And I've bought cheaper, and I've also bought other luxury brands mascaras. And when I use them, I'm always like, oh, like I don't need to buy that one. Like this one's a nice one as well. And then as soon as I come back to this, I'm like, no, I can't use anything but this. This is just the best. I've got quite a few different people onto this, and they really love it as well. And I've got quite long, thick eyelashes anyway, but when I wear this, I get so many comments about my eyelashes, about how great they look, and a lot of people assume that I therefore have to have had extensions, and I actually typically have to like pull my eyelashes to be like, nope, they're all mine. So I really do recommend it. It's worth the money. It lasts ages, and you know, if you can stretch to buy this, then I would say it's well worth it. I mean, cost per use must be very minimal. So I kind of just take it up. I only do the top lid during the day. Even if I'm going to work in London, I only do the top lid. The only time I do both lids is when I go out of like an evening, if we were going out for drinks or what have you. I have seen in multiple places, if you do just the top lid, it kind of opens your eye more than if you had the bottom done as well. And again, I just think it's kind of a bit more of a natural, understated look than if you do both. And I kind of like the difference between a kind of day look and a going to a party look. I really like to look different, and like I've made more of an effort, if that makes sense. But that's just me. Guys, I'm looking and I'm like, this is a really long video and I've told you this is such a quick routine. It is. I just jibber jabber. Yeah, I just take it up gently. I like it to look natural, like I don't like it to all clump together. That's why I like this particular mascara, but also I'm just really careful about how I put it on as well. I don't curl my eyelashes and stuff. I see people do that all the time and I'm like, oh, maybe I should do that. But whenever I've done it in the past, I'm like, it looks no different. But that might just be my eyelashes. So do that. And that's kind of that whole upper area done for me now. I then use a bit of blush. So I've never been a fan of blush, but I've kind of started to use it over the last year and actually really like it. And it's true what they say, it does make you look kind of more natural and like you've got a bit of colour in your cheeks and kind of just a bit more joyful is the wrong word, but nonetheless. So I've been using Cloud Paint by Glossier. I've been using this, but actually I tried this one the other day. Again, one of the Trini purchases that my mum got me. So this is lip to cheeks. You can use it on your cheeks and your lips. And it's called Pia. I really, really liked that as well. But I've got so many beauty products. It's ridiculous. So I'm trying to just get rid of some and like actually use them. So I'm going to use the Glossier today. With this one, you have to be super careful because the slightest touch, it either doesn't come out or it just comes out everywhere. So you have to be really careful. I typically get it to kind of do that. And then I push it onto one finger. It's more than enough. And then I dab two fingers together so that I've got it on that. And then I literally just take it over my cheekbone there. And I just blot because actually, especially with the Trini stuff, where it's such a light moisturizer base, if you move, if you're going to drag something across, you're going to kind of move the product around a little bit. It's not like when you've put foundation on. So I like to just blot. And I also think it gives a more natural look as well. I like it in respects that I've been really enjoying using it. I don't know if I'd be desperate to buy it again. I think there's probably other products that work just as well. But I really like having blusher on. Then I'm going to move on to my final product, I think, which would be lips. So as I said, you could just leave it as this. I feel really natural, but I feel quite, am I allowed to say that I feel a bit like I feel quite pretty? But, I feel quite pretty in myself. I feel so much nicer in myself now I've done this. I could absolutely just leave it like this. I think it gives a nice sheen to the lips and you could just have this and it doesn't matter. But I do actually like to put a bit of lip colour on just to give my lips something more. So I've been using loads. Oh, I can't even tell you what this is. Is this like an Estee Lauder one, I think. It is Estee Lauder. I've got no idea what the shade was. I have no idea when I bought it, but it's kind of, it actually looks quite, it's like a dark nude. Can I call that a nude? It's like a dark nudie pink, I would say. So you can put this on quite heavy or you could really just lighten it and make it look a bit natural. I sometimes really like this look without mascara and just wearing lipstick. Sometimes I think that's really, there's something quite nice about that, about having like naked eyes and then just a little bit of lipstick. I really, really like that. But another one I really like to use in kind of like these spring, summer months, which I literally just brought out again from the back of my makeup bag, is this it's Too Faced, and it is a shade I can't tell you again, but it's like a peachy pink. It looks super bright and you probably could wear it super bright, but I tend to wear it quite naturally. I'm not sure, what should I go for today? I'm going to go with the bright one today. So I've had the moisturiser on for a little bit. So sometimes if I wanted a more, not matte look of my lipstick, but if I was going to work and I kind of wanted to make more of a thing of my lips, I would sometimes get a tissue or a cotton pad or something and basically use that moisturiser to basically loosen any dry skin and then wipe at them so it takes off any dry skin and then you can have kind of a cleaner lip when you go in with lipstick. But I actually just want to leave it on and keep it as a bit of a glow. So I like dab. Oh, dabbed on my tooth. I dab and then I blot. And then I dab again and I blot again. And sometimes I just like to take my finger around. There you have it. Done. So, I obviously need to give my hair a bit of a brush, but that's it. So I just feel so much better in myself. It was really simple. I think I used like 7 or 8 products in total, and that's including my eye cream and base moisturizer. So it's really simple to do. You've probably already got things in your makeup bag to do this look a little bit anyway. Massively recommend the Trini thing. Definitely need a new tub of that. Yeah, thank you for watching. And also hopefully I'll be uploading some more videos here. So please hit subscribe.